Not everyone knows this, but Queen Latifah's life has been full of tragedy. She lost her entire family, but the saddest story of all is what happened to one of her family members in particular. And what happened to him is just absolutely heartbreaking. Queen Latifah rarely talks about her past, but that's because of the dark memories it holds. It all started when her parents, Lancelot and Rita Owens, got divorced when she was just 10 years old. After the divorce, she along with her mother and brother moved to the public housing area in New York, New Jersey, but her life only continued to go downhill from there. Her mom could only save just enough money to put her brother and her through a private Catholic school, and because their mom was so busy working, Queen Latifah and her brother had to depend on each other for support. This deepened their bond, and their relationship stayed really tight all throughout their childhood, until tragedy unexpectedly struck. Her brother Lance was a police officer, and one fateful day, when he was off duty, he chose to ride his motorcycle. While making a turn, he collided with a car, and he sadly passed away only minutes later. It all happened so suddenly and unexpectedly, and it left Queen Latifah devastated. Even worse, she started thinking that she was actually the cause of his passing. In an interview with radio host Angie Martinez, she opened up about her guilt. She revealed that the day Lance passed away, they had agreed to meet up, but she had to cancel because she was helping one of her friends move. And what's worse, she was actually the one that bought him the motorcycle he had been riding. Obviously, it's quite easy to see why Queen Latifah believed she was the cause of her brother's passing and why she felt super guilty about it. According to her, his passing rocked her world and changed her life because they were so close and they planned many things together. She was already a rising star, and at the time, she had bought a house to live in with her family because she missed them so much. She was on the road so much, and she just wanted somewhere that could bring her, her mother, and her brother closer together. And her family loved the idea. In fact, Lance loved the house so much that one time he even sat in the jacuzzi fully clothed and said that living with her was going to be fun. Unfortunately, he didn't live long enough to enjoy living in the 4-bedroom home she bought. And for Queen Latifah, the trauma was so deep because she had wanted her brother to see her succeed the most. He was a policeman because he decided to follow in their father's footsteps, and she'd always been supportive of him. On the other hand, she wanted him to also see her on TV becoming the artist that she'd always wanted to be. But unfortunately, the one person she wanted to see her succeed the most passed away too soon. And although no one knew about it at the time, Queen Latifah later admitted that the loss was so great that she became depressed. She actually admitted that at one point she even turned to substance use. Queen Latifah admitted to self-medicating and taking substances to ease the pain. She wrote about the downward spiral in her autobiography titled Ladies First: Revelations of a Strong Woman. She confessed to her feelings of guilt and anger in the book. She said she'd only bought him the motorcycle 2 months earlier, and 3 days before he passed away, they unknowingly had their last ride together on it. She said that they had an amazing time and they ended it with the usual hug, kiss, and I love you exchange. But little did she know that would be the last time she'd ever get to do those things or see him again. She was so devastated by the event that she was upset at God, and for a short while, it seemed like there was no getting better for her. But surprisingly, she eventually recovered, and she gave credit to her friend and fellow's 90s rap icon, Heavy D. She said that he had also lost his brother, so he understood all of her pain, and he was there when she needed him. Also, her healing became much easier when she grieved in her own way with his music. Putting her own words and emotions into her music gave birth to her album Black Rain, which she dedicated to Lance. And it didn't stop there. The music video for her hit single Unity was also a tribute to him. In honor of his memory, the video portrayed her doing the same thing Lance did before he passed away, riding a motorcycle. Unfortunately, the tragedies in Queen Latifah's personal life didn't end with her brother's passing, because more recently, things got even tougher due to her mom passing away too. In the statement she released to CNN at the time, she shared that her mother had passed away after battling heart disease for a long time. It was especially difficult for her because just like her brother, her mother was the love of her life. And after Lance's passing, Queen Latifah actually became closer than ever to her mom, who was her only remaining family member. She went everywhere with her, from award shows to random outings, and she even lived with her in the later stages of her life. She had actually been open about her mother's struggles with her illness in interviews and on social media. Together, the mother-daughter duo filmed a short video for the American Heart Association in 2017 when her mother was still fighting the disease. She opened up about it and said that their mother's strength after her diagnosis inspired her. The Tuesday before her mother passed away, she'd asked her followers on Instagram to send prayers for her mom's speedy recovery. But unfortunately, her mom didn't make it, and that broke Queen Latifah. After her mom's passing, she gave us a glimpse into her mom's disease and her pain in the A&E documentary Beyond Breathless. In the documentary, she admitted that being the primary caregiver of her mother had drained her. She said she'd sometimes felt extremely exhausted because she was a busy person, and taking on the extra job of caring for her mother made her even busier. In her words, the only thing that kept her going was watching her mom constantly fight the disease and pray every day. It was a really heartbreaking story that touched everyone. Queen Latifah shared that she initially didn't want to reveal anything to keep it all private, but because of her mother's wishes, she had to do the documentary to raise awareness about her disease because it was rare. Since the passing of her mom, Queen Latifah hasn't been in the public eye much, and judging from her post on Instagram in which she shared a throwback photo of her and her brother, that wound hasn't quite healed yet either. The caption of her post read that he was only 24 and she was 22 when he passed away about 3 decades ago. She stated that she still felt the pain the same way as back then. She acknowledged their strong bond and finished it by admitting that she missed her brother so much. It was sad to realize that she was still grieving, however she does seem to be doing a little better these days. In 2020, she was in the hit miniseries Hollywood, where she played Hattie McDaniel, and since 2021, she held the lead role in CBS's revival of the action drama The Equalizer. Her latest project is the movie End of the Road, in which she's starring with Ludacris. But I'd like to know what you guys think about all this. Do you think she should feel guilty about her brother's passing, or do you think she should let go of that unnecessary guilt? Let me know in the comments below.